Good morning and good evening, wherever you are joining us from. A very warm welcome and thank you for being here today. Today, we are diving into a topic that's front and center in the EV industry, advanced interface and IMDS, a smarter approach to EV battery material regulations. And just to clear the air early, when we say AI, we mean advanced interface, not artificial intelligence. Although both are smart, only one of them is helping us with our webinar today. So with evolving regulations and growing scrutiny around EV battery materials, it's more important than ever to take a smarter, more integrated approach to compliance. So we will also look at the shifting regulatory landscape for EV batteries, and our experts will share real world case studies that highlight how companies are successfully navigating these challenges with innovative tech driven solutions. So let's get into it. Next slide. So before we dive into today's session, a few quick housekeeping items to ensure a smooth experience for everyone. To minimize background noise, all attendees aside from our speakers muted. However, we absolutely encourage your engagement through the chat function. The session is being recorded and will be shared with you post webinar if you are up for it. Your feedback is invaluable. At the end of the webinar, we will have a brief survey. Your insights will help us refine and improve our future webinar sessions. Please feel free to submit any questions or comments via the chat function in the GoToWebinar. We will address as many as possible during the Q&A, and remaining questions will be followed upon directly to the email. With that, let's proceed. Next slide. So we operate through 4 key divisions, and compliance ensuring you meet all regulatory requirements, engineering providing innovative designs and solutions, sourcing offering access to quality materials and products, and cataloging streamlining your data and information management. So let's take a moment to highlight AP Engineering's deep expertise. So we are backed by a team of 100 dedicated compliance engineers with a wealth of experience in material science and chemical engineering. So we ensure we understand the intricacies of your compliance needs. So we are proud to inform that we are providing compliance solutions to 12 major OEMs and more than 170 tier suppliers. We recently celebrated our 25th year anniversary with a dedicated team across API engineering. Now let's move on and introduce what are the other regulations API covers. So as you could see, we cover from A to Z. So ESG, conflict minerals with all the software solutions along with the services we offer for. Without later ado, I would like to introduce our speakers today. So it's my pleasure to introduce today's speakers, Anto Rovin and Praveen Babu. So both are highly experienced IMDS professionals with a deep understanding of material data system and compliance requirements, especially within the evolving EV battery landscape. So they will be sharing valuable insights on how advanced interface works with IMDS along with real world examples and key regulatory updates. So please go ahead with Anto and Praveen.
Thank you. Good morning and good evening all. So here the agenda of our topic, overview of the topic, the smarter approach to the battery regulations. Then the second one, understanding IMDS. The third one, advanced interface and EV battery material compliance. The fourth one, integration of advanced interface AI with IMDS. The fifth one, regulatory landscape for EV batteries. Sixth one, case studies and real world applications. Then the seventh one, future trends and innovations. The last one is for the audience, question and answers. Here, overview of the topic. So here, the European Green Deal aims to transform society with zero net greenhouse gas by 2050. So the European Green Deal has a strategy to maintain the European Union into a fair and prosperous society where they want all the greenhouse should be taken the consider, and they wanted it to be a zero net greenhouse gas emission by 2050. So in order to look into that zero net greenhouse gas, they have found that usage of fossil fuels in the vehicles to electromobility contributes higher carbon emissions on a global scale. So in order to reduce that carbon emissions from the vehicles, they have found the alternative for the fossil fuels in order to reduce the carbon emissions. Thus, batteries are the alternatives to the fossil fuels. as batteries are alternative for the fossil fuels, we have three types of batteries used in the automobile industry. So in the electromobility, these kind of batteries, mainly like automotive batteries, light means of transport batteries, and electric vehicle batteries are the important source of energy and one of the key enablers for sustainable development, green mobility, clean energy, and climate neutrality product. So what is this three batteries? Automotive batteries means first the automotive batteries. In this one, the regular battery which we currently use in our vehicles, the lighting and ignition batteries. So this battery is called as automotive battery. The second one, light means of transport battery. Currently, the electric scooters which we use now is called as the light means of transport batteries. And the electric vehicle batteries means the vehicles which run through only with the batteries. So the four-wheelers and the trucks. So that will be coming under electric vehicle batteries. So this one, these are the three different types of batteries which is used in the automobile industry. So with the global shift towards this electric vehicles, whereas uh, the battery regulations comes into the act. So the complexity of the regulations surrounding battery materials is going to be very high. So the manufacturers must ensure compliance with strict environmental and safety standards while maintaining efficiency and innovations within the battery regulations and the battery manufacturing. So here we'll be covering the how IMDS advanced interface automates data process, predicts regulatory risk, improves supply chain transparency, and transforms traditional complaints into a strategic advantage. So we'll be diving into the topic. Here comes importance of complaints in the EV industry. So what does this complaints role in the EV industry? First one, environmental sustainability. It means meeting the needs of present with the compromise without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So in order to have the consideration of the future generation, we need to focus and create a product, and that has to be an environmental sustainable product. So that's how the importance of complaints will be working in environmental sustainability in order to protect our ecosystem and the resource management for the future generations. So that's how environmental sustainability works. Then the regulatory requirements. So regulatory requirements is just the basic laws, the rules or the standards that a particular product should uh, ensures with the safety and environmental aspects with the operational standards. So that's how the regulatory requirements works in the EV industry. The market access and reputation. So market access is directly refers to the ability of the particular company's product to enter into the market and operate in the market, whereas it has to sustain in the market. So that's how the market access will be working. So what is the compliance role in that market access is? Compliance is the relevant laws and regulations and the standards which has to be followed in order to gain the market access and to sustain the market access. Whereas the reputation, it refers to the public's perception of the company's characters, which is none other than the trust which the company build among the customers. So that's how the reputation works in the complaints of the EV industry. So the next, going into the supply chain accountability. So it means the legal and proper way of practices throughout the entire supply chain. So from the beginning, from the raw materials till the finished products, including the actions of all the suppliers and sub-suppliers. So everything will be considered into the accountability. So that's how the supply chain accountability works in the complaints of the EV industry. Then comes the innovation and competitive edge. So the innovation, the companies, every company will be having a innovation and competitors among them. So here, how the innovation and competitive works is, the company has to offer a something new or something unique or something valuable than the product of their competitors. That's how their innovation and they will be into the competitive edge. So this how they will be working in the EV industry. So what the how they can be more innovative is they can be more they have the better quality, they have the they might have the better efficiency of that particular product, they might reduce the price. So that's how the innovation and competitive edge will be working with the usage of compliance in the EV industry. Moving to the next one, breakdown of why compliance matters in EV batteries. So why we have compliance in EV batteries is we have certain points in it. So the first point is regulatory requirement. Here the regulatory requirement in this one, the government and the global bodies are very strictly enforcing rules to ensure the batteries, how the batteries should be. So it should be very safe to use and transport, it should be very environment friendly, it should be ethically sourced, and it should be easily traceable and recyclable. In order to satisfy all these points, we need to follow the regulations. So that's the key regulations we are going to see. So the key regulations we have to follow is EU Battery Regulation 2023/1542, then the Annex 17 of REACH Regulation EC number 1907/2006, Article 42A of the ELV Directive 2000/53/EC, then the next one, US Inflation Reduction Act IRA, then REACH ELV UN 38.3 ROHS. So this the battery which we going to use in the market has to comply these regulations. Once this regulations are satisfied, the battery is ready to get into the market. Where the battery is non-compliant, it is directly showing us no legal market access and heavy penalties are made for that particular company. So in order to make it a better product, we should always comply the battery within the key regulations we have included. So the second point in why compliance matters here is environmental impact and sustainability. So here we have the batteries will be having more materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel. So which those materials have very high environmental and ethical concerns. Similarly, they must be tracked for recyclability and carbon footprint. So how compliance is going to help in this one is we are going to have a circular economy models, then use of recycled content, then the lowering life cycle emissions. So these three are the main points in the usage of lithium, cobalt, and nickel parts. So this circular economy model will be highlighted in the later stages in the topic presentations. Whereas this one, so we'll be required for green certification and sustainability goals. So what is a green certification means? It signifies that a particular product should possess a specific environmental standard and practice demonstrating a commitment to sustainable and eco-friendliness. Therefore, only with the possessing of a particular specific environmental standard, we'll be getting that green certification. And the sustainability goals are, these are the aspirations to create a better future by addressing environmental, social, and economic issues. So by these things, we'll be covering the environmental impact and sustainability, which comes under compliance matters in EV batteries. The next one, traceability and transparency. So here it is the new laws require companies to prove where the material comes from, how they are processed, their interior material composition. So for these things, we'll be using the IMDS. Here, how the products, how the product is made up of. There are lots of materials which a battery is going to comprise of. So in order to trace that one, we are going to introduce the EU Union European Green Deal is introducing supports of the creation of digital battery passport. So which will track every battery sold in the EU from 18th February 2027. So in order to trace every single material or substance in the battery. So this digital battery passport is going to be very useful, and that's how this compliance matters in EV battery. Yeah, the OEM and market expectations. Always the automotives, the OEM demands fully compliant battery components, verified data submissions in systems like IMDS, then proof of ethical sourcing. Once these 3 points are satisfied, these 3 regulations are satisfied, the OEMs will be very happy to use the particular battery in their vehicle. Whereas the the battery is non-compliant, you cannot supply the battery to your top OEMs like Tesla, Volkswagen, and BMW. Where this one, see the CAGR of EV battery market currently in 2024, USD $91.93 billion were the market forecast for the market was for the EV batteries. Whereas in 2035, they are expecting an annual growth rate of 9.6%, which is about USD 251.33 billion. So in this case, EV battery is going to be the future. So OEMs are going to expect a fully compliant battery components. In order to have that fully compliant battery component, compliance is going to be, our regulations is going to be key for all these things to supply the battery. Yeah, still we'll be having lots of challenges in the battery complaints. So what are the challenges we are going to face is, it is very complex evolving regulatory environment across regions. So battery should comply with regulations as per their country's regulations. Example, US Inflation Reduction Act for sales in the US. So US have one particular they have a specific regulation for their country. Similarly, EU regulation, battery regulation for EU region. So according to the region, we have to comply the battery according to their region. So it is going to be a complex work in the battery compliance. Next one, ensuring traceability of materials across global supply chains, which will be using digital battery passport. Then compliance reporting for multi-tier suppliers. Here, OEM will expect all their sub-suppliers to comply with regulations, which is a difficult task for the lower level suppliers. So once as we have lots of suppliers in the sub-suppliers levels, it is very hard for the OEM to maintain the mm, um, regulations within their all the supplier levels. So that is going to be a key challenge for the OEMs in the battery compliance. Then manual data entry. Here it is, manual data entry is very tough and time consuming. As we know, the normal battery, which automotive battery which we currently use in a four-wheeler in our current vehicle itself, is having a lots of IMDS nodes and lots of it will be very time consuming process to create an IMDS in current method. Whereas for a whole full battery vehicle, means electric battery vehicle, means it is going to be a very tough task in the future, in the coming years. So that is going to be a very tough task. Here the next one, difficulty in keeping up with regulation updates and harmonization. Here the regulation updates, the OEMs may be very aware of all the regulation updates, but the sub suppliers may not be aware of regulation updates. So it is going to be an ahead challenge for the OEMs to maintain the regulation updates within the sub suppliers and the supply chain. Within their supply chain, the harmony within the supply chain is going to be a difficult task for the OEM suppliers. So now comes all the challenges by the battery regulations. Here, time for a quick poll. What are the regulations EV battery needs to comply with for the audience? Yes. Hope you have all answered the correct answer as EU battery regulation. Okay, it's time to give it to Praveen as he will be going how we are going to avoid these challenges using IMDS advanced interface in the upcoming slides. Here, Praveen for you.
Yeah, thank you, Anto. Hi everyone, warm good evening. So now we are going to see about the introduction to the IMDS. So basically an IMDS, which is in the sense International Material Data System, is a platform that serves for the automotive industry, which uses to collect, maintain, analyze and archive data related to the materials used in vehicle production. It also helps everyone to make sure the parts are safe, follow environmental rules, and don't contain any harmful chemicals. So, this system also helps with recycling and making automobiles more eco-friendly, so that environmental impact by these products by their products will be eliminated. So the role of IMDs in metal complaints for EV batteries are it will check for the restricted or harmful substances, follow global regulations like REACH, ELB, EU battery regulations, etc. Make better recycling and disposable plans for entire EV batteries, and to keep the battery supply chain transparent and responsible for each and every manufacturer and OEMs. So, in overall, by using IMDS, companies can be sure that their EV batteries are safer, greener, and legally compliant. The next one is IMDS Advanced Interface. So, uh, generally, IMDS Advanced Interface is a tool that allows direct communication between a company's internal systems, which is such as a ERP, PLM, or any other custom compliance tools, and with the IMDS platform. So, IMDS AI gives a company the ability to transfer information from IMDS to their local system. By doing so, it has many key benefits which we cover in the later slides. So, this information includes all the data visible to their company in the IMDS, including internally released datasheets, received datasheets, published datasheets, and various other information required to support this information. The key benefits of automating the material datasheets with advanced interface are time efficient. So it eliminates repetitive manual data entry into the IMDS and speeds up the material data submissions by enabling batch processing. It also reduces response time to supplier as well as customer requests. Next one is regulatory compliance. So using IMDS AI, it ensures the timely submission of required data for uh, various regulations such as ELV, REACH, and battery regulations. It also helps us to flag missing or non-compliant material data entry in the process. Also, as well as it also helps us to maintain a robust audit trail for easy traceability and legal documentation. The next one is integration. So by using IMDS AI, it seamlessly connects with ERP or PLM and other internal systems that enables automatic data synchronization across various departments. The next one is data accuracy. So by using this, we can minimize human errors through automated rule-based input. It also standardized material data formats to meet IMDS updating requirements. Also, it enables us to ensure more reliable and consistent product compliance information. The last one is scalability. So this IMDS advanced interface can handle a large and complex BOMs, that is bill of materials, especially which is important for EV battery materials. So it also suitable for growing product portfolios and expanding regulatory needs. So also this IMDS AI adapts to evolving supply chain and regulatory ecosystems. So in general, by using the integrated advanced interfaces in IMDS, a company can speed up their compliance checks, reduce manual errors, and stay ahead of global sustainability requirements. The next we are going to see about the advanced accelerator, which is the IMDS A2. which is a part of the advanced interface. So the IMDS A2 is a software tool which simplifies the data input into the International Material Data System, that is IMDS, for the entire automotive industry, thus enhancing the productivity, accelerating the datasheet review, and also optimizing the IMDS datasheets. So the key features of this advanced accelerator are inbox automation, which helps IMDS power users automatically manage received data sheets, various analysis. So here the IMDS A2 provides some additional analysis when compared to the standard IMDS web application. Next one is reach regulation information. So uh, by having a it enables to users to list all the reach regulation overview materials, that is which includes reach SPCS candidate list, reach annexer 14 and reach annexer 16 substances. So next one is compare MDS. So this feature allows companies to create and manage the sorry uh, that is company specific substances. So this feature allows companies to create and manage their own custom list of substances which can be used to flag materials of concerns which is specific to the company uh, by providing a threshold limit to it. Also, it checks for the internal restricted substances policies and tracking emerging substances ahead of regulatory enforcement. So next one is triple R reporting and a lot of extended reports. So by using this A2, missing or invalidated data sheets can be analyzed for its structure validation, application, and parts marking. Also for a detailed analysis report. Now we are moving to the advanced interface in EV battery material complaints. So we are going to see about why advanced interface matters in the EV batteries. So basically, EV batteries are not just components; they are regulatory hotspots. So it has to comply various number of regulatory complaints across the globe to enter into the market. So the materials used in the batteries are under global inspection. So the IMDS advanced interface gives us the tools to manage that complexity by efficiently, accurately, and proactively. So there are key points for which explains the uh, why advanced interface matters in the EV batteries. Let's see one by one. The first is complex material structure. As we all know, EV batteries are made up of hundreds and thousands of parts, which consists of cells, modules, casings, BMS, which is a battery management system, and connectors. Apart from it, it also consists of metals, polymers and composites, functional materials, and also sensitive substances like PFAS, graphite, carbon black, and rare earth materials. So many of these materials are heavily regulated under the regulations like REACH, CATSIL, and SIP. So manually managing this entire data sheets uh, will be overload for the users. So and it will be very time consuming, and it leads to some errors. So here comes the advanced interface which automates this process at a large scale by minimizing the errors, and it's time efficient. The next one is full material disclosure. So basically the regulations like EU battery regulation, REACH, and ROHS now mandates the transparency of entire structure of a battery to the substance level. So which will be a difficult task when done in a manual mode. So by using the IMDS advanced interface, all the companies can automatically submit the complete data sheets by validating it through the material data sheets. So it also helps to avoid the rejections from OEMs or other regulatory bodies due to incomplete or inaccurate data. The next one is carbon footprint and ESG tracking. So why is matters in battery material compliance? So usually EV batteries are central to sustainable strategies, but however, their production involves high carbon emissions from raw material extraction, which is, for example, cobalt and lithium, and also they are energy intensive manufacturing. So more of the energy is required to manufacture each every battery. Also, it can manufacturing and battery contains environmental and social risk in global supply chains. So, as a result, OEMs and regulators demand transparency on CO2 footprint, source of materials, recyclability, and recovery rates. Also, with a compliance with ESG principles, that is human rights and responsible sourcing. So, by doing to do everything by manual, it will be time consuming job. So by using this advanced interface, we can generate automated carbon declarations, and we can feed the data into the battery passport in real time, which also supports ESG and sustainability goals. And the fourth one is circular economy. So basically circular economy is nothing but it's an ideology which focuses on maximizing the lifespan and resources value of batteries by reusing, repurposing, and ultimately recycling them, rather than treating them as a waste and discarding them. So the key points for our circular economies are improving total green merits, material system and design, sustainable circular economy, secure transparency, and as well as policy supports. So to attain a circular economy, all the end of life recyclers and second life battery handlers needs a clear and standardized data of a battery to recover materials safely after its life cycle. Here comes the advanced interface, which helps them by maintaining a record and sharing the disassembly and material data through the IMDS and battery passport systems, which makes their job easy. And it also pays way for environmental safe and secure disposal of battery materials. So basically without IMDS AI, all the data gaps and inconsistencies make reusing and recycling of a battery harder and less efficient. The last one is supply chain pressure from OEMs. So in today's date, all the OEMs like Volkswagen, BMW, Tesla, and etc. are increasingly demanding the real-time compliance visibility in their product. So also they are demanding for the entire traceability of materials that from mine to model. That is each and every raw materials which is mined to the finished products, all needs to be visible in the entire supply chain. Also, all the OEMs expect their suppliers to use the systems like IMDS with advanced interface for data standardization and speed. So basically, and without an battery manufacturer without an advanced interface may fall behind their competitors in their market, who can offer instant high quality data and submissions. Due to this, they can lose various business opportunities with their OEMs. So here we have listed the entire summary of this advanced interface, why matters in IV material compliance, and how the IMDS AI solves it. So first one is complex battery material data. So to overcome this, IMDS AI automates the submissions to the OEMs. And for the regulatory risk, it has built-in validation tools. Also for ESG and carbon tracking, IMDS AI provides a structure and real-time data capture. For supplier OEM collaboration, IMDS AI has instant standardized data exchange. And for the circular economy demands, IMDS AI provides an accurate lifecycle data. So for every challenge, IMDS AI has unique solutions to it, which enables the users for a better approach and time efficient jobs. Uh, Upcoming slides will be handled by Mr. Anto.
Thank you, Praveen. So the usage of IMDS AI has been explained by Praveen. by the usage of IMDS AI, what are the regulatory landscapes are used for EV batteries? So the main focusing area of EU battery regulations are, EV battery regulations are EU Battery Regulation 2023/1542, which is going to be which is enforced from August 2023. The key focusing area of EU battery regulations are carbon footprint calculation and labeling, recycled content targets, then supply chain due diligence of main materials like cobalt, lithium, and nickel, then mandatory digital passport by the year 2027. So these are the main key areas in the EU battery regulation. Whereas coming to REACH regulation, so Annex 17 of REACH regulation EC number 1907/2006, it governs chemical substance used in the battery materials. It obliges reporting of SVHC substances within the battery. Then the ROHS. Here it limits usage of specific hazardous substance in the electrical equipment. It applies to battery management system, sensors, and control units within the battery. Then the next one is ELV directive, end of life vehicles, which is Article 42A of the ELV directive 2000/53/EC. So it removes removability, recyclability, and safe disposal of EV batteries. So with this key global regulations which is affecting EV batteries, we'll be moving into how it is going to be happening. Here, how this IMDS is going to help meet the regulatory requirements. So IMDS is a centralized material data repository. It supports detailed declaration at the substance level. It assists with REACH, ELV, and battery regulations. Once IMDS is there, we can get all the informations of the substance, material, and the subparts, components, everything will be covered. Then their regulation, the REACH, ELV, battery regulations, everything will be coming into this IMDS factors. So the first centralized material data repository, it works as a the IMDS works as a centralized material data repository. Then standardized formats and hierarchical bombs. It ensures accurate comparable data submissions. Here, once the company is once the OEM is requires, it will be IMDS will be helpful for all the suppliers to give the data as a required as the OEM required format. So in order to have that, hierarchical bombs will be having a particular hierarchy in which the parts are supplied, or the sub levels, the sub suppliers are aligned within the battery system. So in this way, the supply chain management is tracked within the battery system. So that's how the IMDS helps in this one. Whereas the next one, version control and change history. So it facilitates audits and backward traceability. Whereas once the regulation updation is happening, we can just slightly modify the particular substance, and that's going to we'll be changing the version of the IMDS. So that's how we can trace the IMDS, trace the things in the backward way also. Then support for advanced interface and automation. The basic IMDS moves to the next level of advanced interface and the automation. Here it enables real-time synchronization with the internal PLM and ERP systems of the management. Then accelerates reporting for EU digital battery passport readiness. Here comes all the IMDS helps the regulatory requirements, and from all these things, the main four main future product is EU digital battery passports. So that is the main component of this IMDS regulatory requirement. Moving to the next one, EU digital battery passport. So what is the EU digital battery passport? It is a digital record which is linked to EV battery placed in the EV market. So it is going to be a basic or unique identification battery ID number, which is going to be given to every single battery, and it will be easily accessible via QR code on the battery. So it is going to be effective from 18th February 2027. So it is mandated by EU Battery Regulation 2023 by 1542. So what are the purpose and why the digital battery passport is going to work? So why and what are the things it is going to do is, so it promotes sustainable production and ethical sourcing of the battery materials. Then it ensures safe, efficient recycling and reuse at end of life, enable regulatory compliance and consumer transparency. It supports circular economy initiatives and carbon footprint tracking. So from these things, we can see how a digital battery passport, a sample of that looks, how a digital battery passport looks. Taking this into a consideration, a battery will be a battery passport will be having all the details like basic data, battery and manufacturing details, materials, environmental, social and governance, chain of custody. So coming into basic data, in a digital battery passport, it shows what is the battery type and what is the battery model and which year it has been manufactured, and who is the manufacturer, what is the total energy, and what is the voltage it gives, what is the lifetime, then like how many number of charging cycles, the remaining capacity of the battery, the performance of the battery, everything will be comes under this one. So this battery and manufacturing details, so in which country it has been manufactured, what is the weight of the battery, so everything, the number of cells per battery, everything is be given in the battery and manufacturing details. The materials, what are the materials used and where it is processed from. So these things are, what is the weight of the materials used, like cobalt, it is from Democratic Republic of the Congo. Then the company which is supplied, then what is the amount of that, means what is the weight of that particular substance, everything will be covered under materials. Then the next one, environmental, social and governance, in that one, so the safeguard, whether it is safeguarded. mm, then the declaration of conformity, the legal, all the legal notices, mm, due diligence reports of raw materials, responsible sourcing data, and all the records, the safety informations, these things will be covered under this one, the carbon footprint declarations. This will be here. Then the chain of custody, battery inspected, serviced, car delivered to the customer, battery built in the car, into car, battery delivered, so battery manufactured. So all the things from A to Z of the battery, from the basic mining of the minerals till the end of the life of the battery, so everything will be covered in this EU digital battery passport. So this one is going to be very helpful in the regulational EV battery regulation. Here's a time for a quick poll for the audience. As I said, so from which date does the battery passport comes into effect? Hope you all made the right answer as 18th February 2027. Thank you, audience. The real world application, the real-time world application, and the case studies for the EV batteries using the IMDS AI. So here, a battery cell manufacturer, the tier 2 supplier, is having a case of automating submissions of MDS for lithium ion cells. So how the IMDS AI helps here is, it connects the ERP system directly to the IMDS. It automatically generates and uploads material data sheets for each cell. It flags cobalt or nickel over regulatory thresholds by given limits. then validates against each SVHC before submissions. So all these things will be done by IMDS AI, whereas the tier 2 supplier may not be aware of all these things. So by this IMDS AI, the result of the battery cell manufacturer is they'll be have the reduced manual workload. They have a good improved data quality and faster time to market. EV OEM. So example BMW and Volkswagen. So here end-to-end compliance traceability across the battery supply chain. OEMs are very particular about the regulations. So how the IMDS AI is going, how IMDS AI is helping is it pulls down the data from the suppliers using the advanced interface. It monitors complaints for every module, cell, and BMS. It integrates with the internal PLM systems and sustainability dashboards. It links directly to passport, battery passport records. So thus, all these records can be very much ready for the documentations. The real-time complaints will be like up to date. The risk management is better according to the in order to EVM or EV OEM regulations. So the IMDS AI will satisfy all the EV OEM regulation expectations. Next one, battery recycler. So here, identifying valuable and hazardous material for safe recycling. So the battery recycler might find hard to identify the valuable and hazardous material in our battery. So in order to that one, IMDS AI helps us. It accesses MDS data using battery QR code, which is a battery passport. It extracts full material breakdown, lithium, cobalt, electrolytes, then prepares for compliant recycling and recovery. And one more thing I wanted to add is battery passport is currently available, but from 2027 18th February it is going to be mandatory for all the batteries. So some might have doubts like whether it is currently in use or not. Yes, it has started, but it is going to be mandatory from 2027. So, yes. Now coming back to the battery recycler. Here, IMDS helps us prepares for compliant recycling and recovery. Therefore, IMDS helps for the recycler to have a safer operation of battery recycling. So it gives a better recovery yield and it complies with the extended producer responsibility laws. Whereas the recycler is also benefited with IMDS AI. The next one is Tier 1 battery pack assembler. So creating MDS for battery packs with multi-source components. Tier 2 supplier may send his cell to the his cell IMDS to the next level supplier, higher level supplier. Whereas the Tier 1 battery pack assembler will be having lots of load in his place. So in order to that one, the IMDS AI helps us. It imports MDS data from various suppliers. It merges into a single pack level hierarchical MDS, and then it submits to the final data set through advanced interface to OEM. So in order to do it as manually, this advanced interface automates the work, and then it is going to make the work simpler for the IMDS data manual entering work. So in order to this one, the result will be like seamless integration, quicker approvals, and structured traceability within the supply chain. So the next one is Global Battery Alliance Pilot Project. Here, prototyping digital battery passport. Yes, as I said, the battery passport is under development and under innovation. The IMDS data is going to be a base for building a digital battery identity. So every battery is going to get a unique identity number that is called the digital battery passport. So IMDS is going to help as we have every single particular part is going to have a every single particular part is having a unique part number. So similar to that one, we'll be having every single battery will have a unique battery number. Then it tracks carbon footprint, sourcing regions, and recycle content. It ensures all the data which is audit proof and consistent, which is required for the OEMs in order to that one. Regulatory alignment ahead of EU 2027 deadline, which is 18th February 2027. So everything will be coming into alignment. Thus, IMDS AI will be very helpful in the EV battery regulation. So moving on to the next one, we have the success stories and key takeaways of the IMDS EV battery regulations. This will be taken by handed over to Praveen. Yes, Praveen, please go on.
Yeah, thank you, Anto. So let's dive into the success stories and key takeaways by using IMDS AI in the EV battery material compliance field. So we have taken 4 of the success stories into consideration. We will see the uh, success stories one by one and their main key takeaways in the upcoming slides. So first one is BMW Group. As we all know, BMW is one of the leading automobile manufacturers across a global scale. So they have faced a challenge of managing thousands of parts in a EV battery platform. So by using the IMDS AI with internal systems, they have achieved full metal traceability across entire EV packs. Also, it helps to reduce the metal reporting time over 60%. It also leveraged IMDS data directly for the battery metal passport pilot with Global Battery Alliance. So the next one is Contemporary Amperex Technology Limited, which is also one of the leading EV battery manufacturers across the globe. So they have faced the challenge to supply their data sheets of EV batteries to multiple OEMs with different regulatory requirements across the globe. So by using the IMDS AI, they have harmonized the reporting of metal data sheets across the Europe, China, and North America. Also, they have achieved instant capability with OEM systems like standardized IMDS formats. So the next one is Northvolt. Actually, they have faced the challenge of meeting the EU battery regulation and internal sustainability goals. So, by using the IMDS AI, they have overcome this challenge, and as a result, they have enabled the transparent data sharing for the battery passport. Also, by using IMDS AI, they have done the full metal disclosure data to improve recyclability of new battery chemistries. The next one is Umicore. So they have faced the challenge to track regulated substances like nickel and cobalt and manganese compounds in their battery packs uh, while submitting the datasheets. So by deploying the IMDS AI, they have achieved full reach and ROHS compliance across all their product lines. By doing so, it also reduced the human error by over 80% in all the material declarations in their datasheet submissions to their OEMs. So these are the 4 main success stories by using IMDS AI in EV battery material complaints. So the key takeaways are listed here. We will see one by one. So the first key takeaways are early adaptation of IMDS advanced interface, which enables proactive compliance and ESG leadership among the competitors in the market to maintain a higher level in the market. The next one is automation through AI is essential for global scalability in battery metal reporting to supply multiple OEMs with different regulatory requirements. Also, IMDS with advanced interface supports circular design, economy, and closed loop production, which uses FMD, that is full material data disclosure data to improve recyclability of new battery chemistries. Also, uh, compliance tools are essential even at raw material supply level to ensure that all their products are meeting the regulatory compliance. So to track regulatory substance and to achieve full reach and ROHS compliance, IMDS AI plays a vital role here. And apart from this, the cross-functional benefits of using IMDS data are IMDS usually supports ESG reporting, product design, carbon footprint reduction, as well as life cycle assessments apart from the complaints. Now we are going to see about the future trends and innovations that going to be happen in the upcoming years in the IMDS AI, which enables the EV battery metal manufacturers and OEMs uh, to ease their work. So first one is digital battery passport. So as we all know, digital battery passport is going to be mainstream in upcoming few years. That is from February 2027. All the batteries uh, available in the EV market, that is in EV, European region, should comply with digital battery passports. So these passports will act as a digital identity for every battery, also which containing the data on its metal composition, performance, and compliance history. By using the advanced interface, it plays a major role in this battery passport by playing a central role by automatically feeding validated IMDS data directly into these passports, thus reducing the manual entry and enhancing accuracy. So this shift will bring a deeper integration with technologies like QR codes, cloud platforms, and even blockchain to ensure easy traceability. So the future view of this is every battery will carry a live digital identity updated in real time via IMDS AI in future. Next one is artificial intelligence powered compliance engines. So artificial intelligence is becoming a critical tool in regulatory compliance as well, apart from other industries. So machine artificial intelligence enables the machine learning algorithms which will begin to automate SVGS, ROHS, and EPR tracking, not only detecting issues but also providing solutions to them. So by using this AI, it drastically cuts down the time that a compliance team spends on audit checks and updates of their data sets. So in future, self-validating auto-correcting compliance tool will be uh, become a common thing in entire compliance industry, which helps the users for correcting errors before submissions and learning from past data to improve continuously. The next, the third future trends are real-time life cycle monitoring of a EV battery. So as the IMDS ecosystem evolves, real-time tracking of a battery's entire life cycle will be possible. So the future IMDS platforms may track carbon footprint changes over time, which is the critical for meeting net zero goals. Next one is recycle content levels, which supports circular economy reporting. The third one is battery performance and degradation data, which is useful for both compliance and product improvement. So by using this IMDS AI, this transforms the IMDS from a static documentation tool into a dynamic compliance platform capable of updating as conditions and data change in future. So in future, IMDS not only becomes a dynamic compliance, but it also becomes a living digital twin for each battery. The next one is deeper supply chain integration. So you should basically compliance isn't just about what's in the battery, but it's about how it got there. So that's why supply chain visibility is becoming a critical one in entire compliance industry. So by using the IMDS AI, it will integrate with mining and refining systems for easy tracking of metals like lithium and cobalt, which is essential for verifying and ethical sourcing. The next is logistics platform to monitor the embedded emissions during transportation and shipping. Next one is ethical sourcing databases, which ensures the companies are meeting regulations like EU battery regulation and conflict minerals rules. The future view of this is IMDS AI will enable all the users who are mined to module to recycle chain visibility and across its entire supply chain. The last one is seamless API and cloud-based platforms. So new cloud native IMDS tools will offer plug and play APIs, that is application programming interface, for all the small and medium suppliers. Also, cloud platform enables global teams to collaborate in real time, access the data from anywhere, and ensure consistency across the geographies. So it also enables the also these platforms will be updated regularly. So with the evolving regulations, so the cloud based platforms will be up to date with the regularly updating complaints and regulations. So in future, IMDS will not only remain as a data system, but also offers a flexible compliance service to all their users. So we have listed the summary of our future trend and their impact of using IMDS AI in a future. So the first one is digital battery passports. For this, to overcome this, IMDS AI help us to give full traceability and transparency of the materials used in the EV batteries. So for AI powered validation, it enables us for a faster and smarter compliance. For life cycle monitoring, IMDS AI provides a better ESG and carbon accounting. So for supply chain visibility, IMDS AI gives us the opportunity for ethical sourcing and risk reduction. And last one is cloud plus API integration. So in future, it will be by using this cloud and API integration, IMDS AI will be democratized access for all the supplies across the entire globe. So by this, we are coming to an end of this PPT. So it's now time for a quick poll.
Thank you, everyone. So, as we have exceeded our time, it's time to wrap up the webinar. If you have any questions, you may please send us an email to compliance@apengineering.com. So, we'll be happy to respond back to the answers from the experts, and we will get back to you in a couple of days. Thank you for joining us. And if you have any requirements on IMDS services and software and ESG, as we have discussed in the first earlier one. If you have any other requirements, you could mail us at compliance@apengineering.com. So have a great day ahead. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to the speakers as well.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.